Hello, this is part two to a video involving Unit 5, Quiz 1. So this is a study guide for that, and I'm going to do the last three problems in this study guide here. So I'm going to start here with number 4, and it got here, Sam created an inequality to show the ways he could spend his money on the startup costs for a concession stand. He plans to sell shaved ice cream cones X and cinnamon rolls Y. Sam has $48 to purchase supplies to make the two items. Supplies to make the shaving cones would cost 40 cents, while supplies to make the cinnamon rolls would cost 60 cents. This is the inequality Sam created. So he's got the 40 cents times the number of cones and 60 cents times the number of cinnamon rolls. All right, but it has to be less than or equal to 48 because he only has $48. So it says he wants you to identify the x-intercept for the boundary line of the inequality and explain what it means in terms of the situation. So you have to find the x-intercept. So first, just get a little visual aid here of the ice cream, or not ice cream, but ice cones and cinnamon rolls. Okay, that's how much it is for each, 40 cents and 60 cents. And what I want you to do is, find the x-intercept. Find the x-intercept, right? That's first. And then write down what it means. Like, does it, can you figure out how many ice cream cones it is, how many cinnamon rolls it is? So I'm going to pause here a minute and give you a chance to write down what you think it means. Think about how many ice cones it would be and how many cinnamon rolls it would be with the x-intercept. Okay, so let's make this will be multiple choice. See if you can figure out which one would be the correct answer. Okay, so to find the correct answer here, or the correct answer here is going to be B, 120 shaved ice cones and 0 cinnamon rolls. So if we cover up, and go back a slide here, if we cover up the Y here, that's going to leave that 0.4. That's 0 for Y. So since Y is the cinnamon rolls, we're saying 0 cinnamon rolls. How many ice cream cones can we get, right? So it's 120 shaved ice cones and 0 cinnamon rolls. So it's going to be 0.4x is less than or equal to 48. Divide by 0.4. And x is equal to 20. So at 0 cinnamon rolls is 120 shaved ice cones. Alright, so let's take a look at number 5. It says here, represent all the solutions to the inequality on the graph. Okay, so all we got to do is take a look at this inequality right here and just graph it and shade in the right area. Okay, so I've got y is less than 7x minus 2. So we've got the b on our y-intercept, which is right here. That's where we're going to begin. And we got the slope, which is 7. So I'm going to start off by plotting the negative 2 here, right here on the y-axis. The 0, 0 going down 2 on the y-axis. Okay, next I'm going to do the slope. And the slope is 7, but I'm going to make it a fraction by putting it over 1. That means I'm going to go up 7 and then go to the right 1. rise over run. So I'm going to start here and go up 7. And probably can't get that perfect, but 7 will be right here. And then I'm going to go to the right 1. So my second dot is right here. Okay, now we just got to draw the inequality. So first we're going to draw the line. And I mentioned in the previous video that the equal to here, if there's an equal to, you will have a solid line. But since there's no equal to, you're going to have a dashed line cutting down through here, okay, instead of a solid line. And it'll look like so. Alright, so now that that's done, the only thing we gotta do now is shade. And we'll shade either on top or shade on the bottom here, okay? But because it's less than, okay, because it's less than, we're gonna shade below on this side, underneath, okay? And less than will be right there. And that's it on number 5, representing all the solutions to the inequality on the graph. So that means every combination over here can work in this inequality. Alright, let's take a look at number 6. Okay, here it says solve the system of equations. Okay, and this was one of the more complicated ones. On the test, it might be simpler, where you have two slope-intercept ones. And what you would do is just take this part here and set them equal to each other and solve. Okay, and there'll be like two of them. You set them equal, move the variable to the left, and solve. Okay, but here I'm going to go ahead and work this one out where we have one that's in slope-intercept and one that's in standard form. Okay, and what I'm going to do is replace this y with what's equal to y, which is negative 2x minus 5. It's called a substitution method. Alright, so here I'm writing this out, and I've got this part here with the y in this area. Go ahead and write this out and plug in what's supposed to go. Alright, so what's supposed to go in there is the negative 2x minus 5. Negative 2x minus 5, plug that in right there. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this by distributing 3 times negative 2 and 3 times negative 5. Go ahead and do that and see what you'll get on the next step. Okay, so when we do that, what we will have is negative 2x minus 6x minus 15 is equal to 9. So we did 3 times negative 2, which is negative 6x, and then 3 times negative 5, which is negative 15. Okay, go ahead and see if you can collect the like terms and write the next step. Okay, so if you collect the like terms, which is negative 2x and negative 6x, when we collect those, they're the same sign, so you find the sum. So we're going to find the sum of 2 and 6, which is 8. And since they're both negative, we're going to leave it negative. So we got negative 8x, and everything else is just going to bring down. Now we're just going to do opposite, inverse operation, and do the opposite, and we want to solve for this x right here. Okay, go ahead and see if you can do the first step to that. Okay, so the first step of that would be the opposite of this minus 15, which would be plus 15 on both sides. Now if we have to put a plus here, but plus 15 on both sides. Alright, now the 15s are going to cancel out. 9 plus 15 so get you 24. Alright, see if you can do the next step. Now here we've got negative 8 times x. So we're going to do the opposite of multiplication, which would be division. So we divide by negative 8. And when we divide by negative 8, that's going to leave us with x is equal to negative 3. So we're almost there. We know what x is, but we need to find out what y is. We've got the x, but we need the y. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and take this x, and you can plug it in either here or here, and then solve for y. But I believe it would be easier just to plug it in here like a regular function. So that's what we're going to do. Okay? So I've got y is equal to negative 2x minus 5. We're going to plug in this negative 3 and see if you can solve it from there. Okay, so next we have negative times a negative, which is a positive, and then 2 times 3, which is 6. And then we got y is equal to 6 minus 5, and that's going to get you 1. So now we have it. We have the x, which is negative 3, and we have the y, which is 1. So our point, our coordinate is negative 3, 1. So the negative 3, 1 would work in both equations and still be equal. You can plug a 1 in for here, negative 3 here, or you can plug in 1 here and negative 3 here, and it will be a true equation. But that's it. That is the second part of the video for this study guide. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.